Hello, this is Ifama Odolami, immigration attorney from the Odolami Law Firm in New Jersey. My law firm serves clients in all 50 states. I'm an immigration attorney. I'm also an immigrant. So, as you can tell, my passion is helping fellow immigrants get their legal status. So, today I want to talk about a consultation I had recently, and I want to talk about it because it's a topic that people don't like to talk about. We don't want to admit that children abuse their parents, right? So that's what I'm going to talk about today. Getting a green card through your abusive child. Now, the requirements of that are that the child has to be a US citizen, the child must be 21 and above, and you have to show that there's the relationship. You have to prove the relationship that it is your child. uh, Typically by use of a birth certificate, you have to show that you and the child have resided at some point, and then you have to show that there's been abuse. You also have to show that you're a person of good moral character. So those are the typical requirements. And under this section of the law called VAWA, Violence Against Women's Act. Now, I talk about VAWA a lot, and I talk about VAWA with regards to marital couple. But today I'm going to talk about VAWA with regards to the parent-child relationship. So now, VAWA stands for Violence Against Women's Act, but it applies to both men and women. And as you will tell when we're done with this, it applies to parents who their children have been abusing them. And so parents don't like to admit. I've found out that a lot of parents, if you ask them right off the back, how's your relationship with your child during a consultation, they're not going to say it's bad because they feel guilty saying bad things about their children. But when you ask more questions, sometimes you're able to get more information that leads you to realize that they can actually file VAWA, right? So this consultation I had, this woman, her son was in his 20s, living at home, had with his girlfriend, had a child with his girlfriend, and basically was forcing his mother to take care of the child. Um, there was alcohol involved, drugs involved in terms of the fact that the son was, drinking excessively, smoking weed. The mother didn't like it, but every time she talked to her son about the fact that he couldn't, conduct himself in that way in her house, he would threaten to call ICE on her because she came in through the border. He knows that she doesn't have papers. She came in through the border many years ago. She gave birth to him here and all his siblings. Now, the siblings are less than 21, but he's the only one who's over 21. And he's been, treating her badly, threatening her. If he doesn't get his way, he would threaten to call ICE on her. He knows that she has to go to work, but on a whim, he would, tell her, you have to stay home, take care of the child because I have to do something. My girlfriend has to do something. And, it was such that, she was afraid of her child. Now, for other people, their abuse story may not be the same, but the thing that's typical with abuse is control, right? You have somebody who's trying to make you do things or controlling you so that you can't do what you want to do because they know you're afraid of certain things, right? In the area of spousal relationship, it's always, the spouse saying, I'm going to call ICE on you. I'm not going to file your papers for you. I'm not going to show up for the interview. Or actually physical abuse. It could be physical abuse. In the case of this consultation, there was no physical abuse. It was a lot of emotional abuse, a lot of psychological abuse, financial abuse as well. Taking money from his mother, not returning the money, insisting that she pay for certain things that she couldn't afford. So you might think to yourself, well, maybe it's not abuse because she didn't think it was abuse. But I said to her, it is abuse. Your son is threatening to call ICE on you unless you obey him. He's setting a bad example for his siblings who are watching him get away with stuff. You feel helpless. A lot of things you can't talk to him. You can't ask him to behave himself. He's in your house. He's not paying rent. He's not doing anything. He goes to work. He comes back and he's smoking weed in front of your younger children. You can't do anything about it because you're afraid that he's going to call ICE on you. That's abuse. So that scenario, there's something that can help assist the mother. It's VAWA. And the good thing about VAWA is that he doesn't need to know that she filed VAWA because VAWA is confidential. Another thing is that VAWA does not care that she came in through the border without a visa. Now, if he were to file a petition for her through the family-based immediate relative category, she probably wouldn't be able to adjust her status within the United States because she came in through the border. She would have to leave and get a waiver. But in this case, a child cannot be a qualifying relative for a waiver. So basically, he can't even file for her, right? So with VAWA, she can get her green card without, irrespective of the fact that she came through the border. She can get a green card irrespective of the fact that she's been working on unauthorized employment. VAWA waives that automatically. VAWA also waives the fact that she's been here unlawfully present, VAWA waives all of that. And while she's applying for the VAWA application, she can get her work permit and she can get an advance parole if she needs to travel. So now VAWA doesn't require that her son continue to live with her for her to file VAWA. So that's another thing. So she can kick him out and tell him, you got to go. Your behavior is unacceptable. I cannot allow you to drink and smoke in front of your younger siblings. I cannot allow you to take advantage of me anymore. She can tell him to that. She can get control of her life again. She can get control of her family again. So that is a big advantage. It's a huge advantage for those parents who have US citizen children who are treating them badly, abusing them either financially, emotionally, calling them names. Like this kid, this US citizen would tell his mother that, you're not a good mother. Look at how you raised us. That's why this happened. Just made her feel so bad about herself, So if you know somebody who's in this situation or in any abusive relationship, such as with a US citizen or a green card holder spouse, or a parent who's been abusive, or step parent who's been abusive to a child who has no document, or a parent whose biological child is being abused by a step parent, even though that parent is not being abused, these are all scenarios where we can file VAWA. So let's see if there's anybody on here with a question. No question. So today, that's really the topic of my my video. I just wanted to talk about VAWA from the perspective of a parent who has an abusive US citizen child. So if you have any questions, feel free to send me a DM, because I'd like to answer your questions when I do my videos. So always remember to subscribe to our channel. Click the like button if you're on YouTube. Follow us on social media, okay, so that you know when we come on. So that would be that for today. Everyone stay safe. This is Ifeoma Odulami from the Odulami Law Office. Our office number is 973-993-1900. Have a good day.